free scholarship. Just get through it and just come here, and you will just enjoy the time here through the scholarship. And my name is Dipali, and I'm from India, and I'm a GKS scholar for current studies, major in Yonsei University.
My name is Maria Rodriguez. I'm also a GKS scholar from the Dominican Republic, and I'm going to be majoring in international cooperation here in Yonsei University.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Si. I'm from Thailand, and also GKS scholar as well, and also being major in international cooperation in GSAS of Yonsei University.
Hi, my name is Elena. I'm from Serbia, and I applied as a GKS scholar at Underwood International College for innovation.
Which track did you choose for GKS scholarship?
For us, Serbia only has embassy track,
Yeah.
so
there is two tracks, like you can apply either from university track or embassy track. So you don't have options?
we don't have, some countries don't have option for
Okay.
university track.
For me, I choose the embassy track.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we have more options that we can choose up to three places. Yes.
I applied through the embassy track because, as our friend here mentioned,
yeah.
it gives you more options to choose from. And if you choose university track and your university is very competitive, like many students choose it, then it's a lesser chance of getting it.
And also, it's good to mention that you can also choose, there's a mandatory option of B list university, which is a regional university, so they are a bit less competitive, so you probably will get into at least one of the three options.
Yeah. How important do you think is PSN SOP, like personal statement and study of purpose for GKS selection process?
For me, I think it's really important because, to be honest, especially if you apply for university like Yonsei universities, so many people are excellent students with amazing CVs, so many extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you write your personal statement and everything in the way that they will see, oh, you should be accepted, then I think that's what makes you a bit different from everyone else. Because if we just look at the grades, I don't think that there's space for us to decide who's better, who's not.
Yeah, I totally agree with her. It's those both of them also really show ourselves. It's mean our background, our identity, our interest and passion, what is we are looking for, and we can provide to them. So it is quite really important to make it outstanding from other people's, and so from that it will benefit you a lot to get selected.
Yeah. I think writing about your past and what do you want to study in South Korea, you have to write in a way that they can understand and get impressed by your PSN SOP, which makes you different than other scholars, because there are literally many scholars wanting to apply for GKS.
I totally agree with you, because through those essays we can tell them who we were, who we are, and who we want to be through this scholarship. And they can also see the vision we have for the future, the plans that we have once we come here and after finishing our scholarship, what are our plans. And they can only know that through those papers, especially if you're applying through embassy track. The universities receive the documents, they don't do the interview during the first round. So in order for you to get to the second round, you have to show through those documents to the embassy, this is who I am. If they like you, they select you, they interview you, and then they send those documents to the universities, and then they can see through those papers, this person is this kind of student. I like it or not. And then it can be kind of like the do or break whether you get this scholarship or not.
And also we have to be sure that what major we want to apply. We have to be really sure about it, that what major have you pursued before applying for GKS and what major you want to pursue in future, isn't it?
And it has to be 100% coherent. If you apply for design, then you suddenly go for medicine. At least you need to show them the connection between it. Show them why from here you're going there.
What do you think about the interview questions? Did you guys had interview?
Yes.
All of us, I think, had interview.
But in my case, they asked me a lot of questions really related to my statement. and the questions were really making me think even more, like, okay, that's what they want to hear. And it was mostly connected to what benefit I will have if I study in Korea and how it can benefit Korea and my home country after I finish the program. So you really need to think about why Korea should invest in you, because it's not just university scholarship, it's a scholarship given by government. So you need to have something to give back to Korea and your home country because you get picked.
The questions will be like about yourself, like please introduce yourself, your background, and also like your lifestyle, something that can prove that you can live in Korea, that you can adapt into like the another culture, and something like that is I think like the question is quite different from the university track, because like the university track is going to ask you about like your major, about that knowledge, the different thing.
In my case, I applied actually 2 times to the scholarship, and I went through the interview process 2 times. And something they had in common both times was as well, introduce yourself, tell them who you are, briefly, not too long, not too short. But also they wanted to know why Korea, why did I choose Korea and not other country, or why GKS and not other scholarship, as well as Elena say like why Korea should invest in you, or how you can contribute to your country through your work or to Korea as if. And also in both occasions they asked me about how to overcome a struggle. One struggle was like, what happens if you meet a very strict teacher? How can you deal with that? Or how will you deal with the competitiveness in the educational situation here in Korea among students, or how will you face cultural shocks? Like these type of questions to see whether you have a resilient heart that will help you to make it through your whole stay in Korea. And one tip, adding to what you just said, in the case you have the interview, whether online or in person, even if you don't know Korean, because there are applicants who know zero Korean when they do it, at least educate yourself on how to say hi and a little bow, because that shows them they're like preparing ahead. If they don't know Korean, but at least they know how to say hi in the Korean etiquette.
How do you think the extracurricular activities are important for this scholarship process? I think it's like they want to know how active you were through your studies, like not you were just in studies, like how far, how much activities you have done except your studies.
And if I may add something to that, don't do the extracurricular activities just to show them, oh, I do extracurricular activities. Do them because you're interested in learning a new skill, or pursuing a new passion, or learning about something, or getting hands-on experience on something you're interested in. With that, you can already show them how well-rounded you are as an applicant.
And also to mention it in your Statement SOP that I have done it and I have learned something from it, and it has helped me in my major, and it will help me in while I will be studying in South Korea.
Very important to connect it with your story, because it's, let's say you're applying for a scholarship in education, but then you do an extracurricular activity that has nothing to do with it. Find a way to connect it to your story.
Always connect everything.
I also think the same, like because of the extra like activity, it's kind of something that like give you an hand-on experience that builds you are in today. So for me, like myself, I also like did the activities kind of like program that related to Korea, so that why it's really helped me through like also like the way I'm writing down, like put it in the SOP and PS as well. That really helped me like how like my interest, how strong it is, like my interest into like Korean.
Would you give any document preparation advice, like prepare it like a month before you apply for the scholarship, and also be aware that what your country and what your embassy asks for in the document.
And as Deepali said, 1 month, even more, like 3 months before, because depending on each country, like each process can take a lot of time, and sometimes this process can have mistakes. Like for example, one of my documents was wrong and I had to run last minute to change it. So the sooner you start, the better. And if it's regarding the essays, like the SP and the PS, like try to do them with a lot of time of anticipation, because as C mentioned before, like she made a lot of drafts. I did also, and it took me month after month, like checking, getting feedback from many people, until I finally had the last draft. So.
Like, don't risk at the deadline.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
risk it. So yeah.
As she mentioned, like you need to prepare time and also like the money as well.
Yeah.
And for me, I would recommend that after like you finish it all, just like recheck it again,
Exactly.
again and again.
Many times.
Yeah.
As much as you can. Yeah.
Some countries need embassy verification as
Yeah,
well.
right.
So you really need, especially if you're not from the capital city, like for example, I'm not, you really need to think about that in advance. Even like your personal statement, you will print it out and you have to write it. So the time is on you. Like if you don't manage your time, it's your fault. But with other things that are legal matter, you can't speed up the process because there's no way. So if you don't get that document, all the things you searched for or all the things you have written go to waste at least for that year, and then you have to wait for another year.
At the end, what would you advise for the students who are preparing for GKS?
In my case, I will advise people to, first of all, be triple sure that you really want this. Like leaving your country, your friends, your family, in whatever situation you're leaving, whether you like it or not, think of it before coming here, because as Deepali said, this is a scholarship. It's a free scholarship provided by the government. It's a huge opportunity, and not everyone gets a chance of it. So if you're gonna get it, think that you really want it, and that regardless of how hard the process to get it, and when you come here, if you struggle in any way, you still will want to go all the way till the end.
Yeah.
And when you're applying, if you don't pass it, or you don't pass the first round in the first time you apply, don't give up just yet. Try it at least 3 times before considering giving up,
Yeah.
regardless of how perfect or solid you think your application is, because we never know every single detail they take into account when deciding whether you will get it or not that year. So try it until you get it.
Yeah.
For me, just like think about yourself a lot, like who you are, and also like you must have a clear vision, like whether you want to be, like if you decided to further into let's say like bachelor or master degree or doctoral, but just have a clear vision first and prepare your not only the academic thing but also like your mental health as well. So it's really important, like when you leave your country and live in another country that you've never been for a long time.
There are a lot of rules and guidelines you have to read carefully,
Right.
because many times people ask me about the things, but they are clearly written in the guidelines and the rules. And the other thing I want to mention is that your country most likely have a super different educational system compared to South Korea. So think about if you really want to get into the educational system itself, not as a country like it is, because Korea is an amazing country, and I have been a tourist a lot of times before, but being in the educational system is completely different, and being a foreigner in Korea is completely different as well.
In my case, I would just say that prepare your PS, SOP, and your extracurricular activities. Prepare it in advance, work on it as much as you can, and this is all you can do. And don't be hopeless, be mentally prepared, because there are literally many people applying for the same scholarship that you were applying. And yes, once you get the scholarship, you will come to Korea like us, enjoy the life.
I would just add that if you don't trust in yourself, don't even try to apply for the scholarship, because you have to completely believe, yes, I can do it. Maybe some circumstances will happen that you will not get a scholarship, but it doesn't mean that you're not amazing. It just means that there was some other thing that made it like that someone else is accepted. But you have to think, I'm the perfect candidate, and if you have that mindset, then you will see the skills or benefits of yourself that in your education that you will be able to actually present in the statement.
Yeah, I think GK scholarship is the best option to get in Korean university and to live our life. So good luck when you apply for the scholarship, and we will be waiting for you in the Yonsei.
Okay, see ya.